Sounds beautiful, doesn't it? This is a nice, very nice little banjo here. Well, it's not little, it's standard size. This is another Fairbanks and Cole. What's unusual about this, and I don't know much about this maker, but I was told that it's marked S.C. Thompson. I'll try to get that right up for y'all. S.C. Thompson, maker, Boston. But I was told, and I have no reason to not to believe, that this is actually a Fairbanks and Cole. So, you know, it's very common to have different companies or different makers and musicians or whatever have their name stamped on here, but it's actually a Fairbanks and Cole banjo. 1890s, probably thereabouts. But it's in very good condition. Good condition. Very nice mellow sounding banjo. One reason I think it might be mellow is it's got this nice, it's a thicker head on it. I think calf skin perhaps, I don't know. But it's a thicker head on there, which I actually prefer, a thicker, slightly thicker head. It's got that nice rounded heel on it. The neck, I'm going to go ahead and say that's a walnut neck. Looks like a walnut neck, which I like. Walnut's my favorite wood. But on front here, it's got Brazilian rosewood veneer on the front of the peg head. So that's nice. Ebony fingerboard, I'm sure. It's got those larger mother of pearl position markers. And the tuners, you'll notice, are the original antique celluloid tuners. They work fine. I've checked them all out, waxed them and stuff. They're in good shape. One detail I like about these old Fairbanks and Cole banjos, can y'all see how the side of the neck, it's carved flat there? And it's also the way it comes in here, it's carved flat there. Makes a perfect 90-degree angle. For some reason that angle and that flat surface here where the fifth peg goes in, where they flattened it just for a space, just enough for the peg to go in, for some reason that's real pleasing to me. I like that look. And you know where you see that a lot on is very early banjos, like the Boucher banjos. Most Boucher banjos that I've seen, if not all of them, they have that same cut, that flat portion right there. I think that's real pleasing. I like that touch. Anyhow, nice banjo. Looks like it's got an ebony nut and one of those fancy, you know, bone and ebony and maple bridges on it. Check out this tailpiece, guys. This is what's called an elite tailpiece, and I bet you can't see it, but because it's kind of obscured by the strings. But buried underneath those strings, in between those two rows of knobs, it's written in you know, scribed in there in cursive. It says elite. So this is a desirable antique original tailpiece from the period, and it's cool. It's a different type of a no-knot system. You don't tie no knots. You wind it. It's just looped here once and then looped again on the second knob and then run up the neck. That's a real neat, elegant kind of tailpiece. It's interesting. But this banjo's in good shape and it's got a beautiful mellow tone. I'll shut up and play it some more for you. So I finger picked before. I guess I better do a little straight drop thumb on it. Sounding banjo, easy to play. It's a good one, and this is more of a blue-collar instrument, I'd say. This is a more affordable instrument it's not worth, you know, thousands of dollars or anything, but I think it's very nice and very elegant. And if, you know, if you've been watching some of these videos recently, I've had several Fairbanks and Cole banjos, and they all kind of look like this. There must have been one of the more common models they had. Real nice banjo. Let me do a little bit more detail for y'all. Another nice Fairbanks and Cole banjo. This one's marked S.C. Thompson. Those nice Ivoroid tuners. Nice, pretty sure that's a walnut neck. Show you that elite tailpiece again. Just a real nice banjo. I want to play it just a little bit more for y'all. Whew, need a drink. Oh. Early one morning it began to rain. Round the corner come a passenger train. Sitting on the bumper was old Hobo John. He's a good old rounder, but he's dead and he's gone. Dead and gone. He's dead and he's gone. He was a good old rounder, but he's dead and he's gone.